Heard some bad news about Destiny 2 yesterday. What's going on with Destiny 2? I need to look it up. Oh my god, I need to read this. Nah, I need to read this. I need to read this. Amy, are you here? Right? Almost 12 years, we have had the joy and honour to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprise and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. As our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update to Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Though active development may be concluded, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it created. Because of you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures and victories, from the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart to the Lawless Frontier. We have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who made that journey with us. From the deepest part of our hearts, thank you, and we'll see you in the... This better be, like, because they're going to make a Destiny 3. Do you think they're making a Destiny 3? Because the way that it's worded sounds like Destiny needs to live beyond Destiny 2. It's very interesting wording. I know that they're very, very deep into Marathon right now, but I don't think they should be putting all their eggs in that basket. I think the only reason that Destiny's player base has dropped is because the quality of their work dropped. And plus it is, like, of course, the same engine as it has been since, what, 2018, I believe it is, like a good 8 years. So I think, like, moving on could be a good thing as long as they're moving on to the right thing. Marathon is a flop. I like Marathon. Artistically, it's like one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. Like, and I love the art style, and I love the premise and what it wants to achieve. I just think it's too niche to actually afford itself for what it wants to be. There's just not enough of an audience for the extraction genre. I know that they were trying to sort of make it a more casual leaning extraction, but the rage that you can feel for those games is too strong. And, like, I went through, like, a whole thing playing Marathon where, like, I would get so fucking tilted. From all of us here at Bungie, we cannot thank you enough for joining us on this journey throughout the Sol system. You'll still find a star side for years to come. Does that mean... yeah, Jesus Christ. That is actually insane.
Welcome to the funeral for Destiny 2. It has just been announced by Bungie that active development is coming to a close, which means we've reached the end of the journey with Destiny 2, which I know might not come as a huge shock to a large number of people. The writing was kind of on the wall. It really isn't surprising that this is happening now. So let's go through the announcement, but also I want to mention something else since I brought up Steam charts. Bungie's other game, Marathon, is actually doing worse than Destiny 2 by player numbers, by raw player numbers on the Steam charts.
And that does not surprise me. Just because it's just too niche, and it's like, at least Destiny had something for everyone. It had PvP, it had PvE, and then it even had PvPvE, or PvEvP, through the Gambit mode. And there was always like this, it was like a live story. I think it did live stories before Fortnite did. Like, you know, every other month it would be like a seasonal update, but it would move the story along, and it felt like you were part of something big. And now we're like here, and now there's just no story, there's no movement, there's nothing, and then they put all their eggs in the basket of Marathon, which, again, I do like it for what it is, but it's no, like, it can't afford itself, whereas Destiny could, but they still just, like, put the bare minimum effort into it anyway after the final shape.
So it makes me wonder, how is Bungie going to stay afloat in the meantime? Because it doesn't look like Marathon has a strong enough player base to support them. Like, they're right now teetering on fucking high guard numbers. Press forward,
High guard numbers.
And perhaps I'm overthinking it. Maybe it really will just be Sony with more infusions of cash. Maybe they're able to just still run off of everything they built with Destiny. I don't know. saddest part of all of it is just, again, how much potential was left on the table with Destiny 2.
Literally.
Like, it did have a good run. Like, it had a very strong run. It's not like this was like some underrated hidden gem no one knew about. Destiny 2 had a really strong, very loyal, very dedicated player base, but I feel like along the way, they kept stumbling and they kept going in directions that the community didn't
Like Lightfall. That was a choice.
want, and then they have to reel it back to try and win them over again. So it always became this like tug of war, this push and pull, where you take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, and then you take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back again. But there was always that hope that they would finally start to learn these lessons and be able to deliver on what Destiny 2 could offer, because there was always glimpses of it. There was some incredible content, amazing raids, amazing ideas, but then it would always be bogged down by the next thing they do. They are saying that they're currently working on their next projects, and maybe that's Destiny 3. I think that'd be extremely hype if it was, taking everything they've learned from Destiny and Destiny 2 and just blowing our ass out with Destiny 3.
I think it's the only way now. I know Destiny 1 didn't like age as long as Destiny 2 did, but it did kind of go through a similar transitional period where I think people were kind of moving on from Destiny 1 and were ready for something substantially new, like a significant engine update. It's been an up and down, all over the place journey. I think the best thing they can do is learn their lessons and then carry those learns into a Destiny 3. You can already tell from Marathon that the way that game runs is a lot more different to like Destiny 2. I'm not really technically minded with all the with that side of things, but you only have to like play Destiny and then Destiny 2 after to know like the difference in like graphical fidelity and quality. Although I do hear that sometimes people debate that the sound was actually better in Destiny 1, like guns just shot better. They need to move on from the size of like their server capacity for one. Like, I'm not saying make a battle royale mode on Destiny, but it would be cool if they can implement something that does have a high level of players or guardians, take on something, world threatening, and have it actually feel like that final mission in the final shape. I would like to see like that kind of ambition in a Destiny 3.
And that's not delusional hopium from hitting the crack pipe or anything. Like, to me, that feels realistic and feels like something that's kind of a no-brainer. Destiny is a juggernaut of a franchise. This had more staying power than 99% of games. They've made unfathomable amounts of money through Destiny, no doubt in my mind. But just through so much mismanagement over the years and being aimless numerous times, especially after the final shape apparently, which again, I'd already checked out after Lightfall because that was just so much of a blunder. But the point is, it wasn't because of lack of interest in Destiny, it was just they were making bad decisions with.
That's the thing, like, I don't want it to reflect badly on Destiny itself, because Destiny itself is actually like a good game. But the content updates would just be hit and miss. Like, they can do good shit, and then they would also just do bad shit. It'd be like taking in turns to be like a good update, then a bad update, then a good update, then a bad update. And then you'd have like the upper management at Bungie talking about how like it's all about putting as minimal work in as possible to output like the best profits and stuff. Like, just really, really awful corporate savvy talk about like just not really using your resources to their fullest potential just to save money. The video game industry these days, it's all about exponential growth, and if number don't go up and number don't go up faster than the last year the number go up, then we're a failure. And it's like, in order to achieve that, you've got to like reduce your spending to the point where like it compromises the quality. You have to lay off staff. It's just a real shame to see like those decisions probably like made this die today, when it probably would have had another 3 or 4 years in it if they just made better decisions, and then we would have had like a talk like this where it was actually like more predetermined and okay, now we're going to move into the next chapter. It feels like they're cutting it short.
Really kind of backed themselves into a corner with the final shape apparently. So I think Destiny 3 could very much be on the menu for something they serve up next. There is still very clearly a ton of players and a ton of demand for it.
And a ton of lore as well. Like, the lore is so insane. Like, if you go, I think it's Blythe, his name? I could be wrong, but like, there are hours upon hours of like deep dives into the lore of Destiny, and there's just so much story that they can draw from, or even just like expand on. Because a lot of Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, it was all just centered around our solar system, but there are implications that there's more outside the universe. And I figure Destiny 3 should be more centered on what's beyond like our solar system, and perhaps like maybe a considerable time jump just to, you know, show that there is a separation. Yeah, it's I do think there is potential there for a Destiny 3, but they've got to really hype it the fuck up. Like, Sony better fucking announce it to end a state of play and be like, yep, this is coming D3, and everyone knows what the fuck it is. And then, yeah, like, this is where PlayStation and Sony actually have, like, what Bungie needs. And if they, I suppose, get more involved, because I know that they own Bungie, but I think they kind of, for a while, just let them kind of do their own thing. But obviously, as things are starting to fail and expectations are not being met, I imagine they're going to start intervening, and they will know that Destiny is their, like, it's their baby. So I think they would encourage them to, like, lean into what actually is good about them, and be like, just make Destiny 3, and we'll help fund the resources for that. We just want you to make fucking good games. And I do think Marathon can still coexist with that, but they just, like, they need to stop cutting resources and doing stupid decisions. Like, I'm not really business savvy, so I wouldn't really know what the solution necessarily is, like, logistically or, like, technically. What would a Destiny 3 take, though? And is the corporate greed willing to invest in creating something risky? Well, I don't know if Destiny 3 would be considered risky unless it's considered that today it's not as popular of a brand. They'd have to do, like, some sort of brand research to see if, like, people do want a Destiny 3. But you don't have to look very far on YouTube to see all the content creators are always creating, like, speculation videos on Destiny 3, and it is always the talk of the town whenever, like, there's, like, some sort of leak or like, even just a rumor or just jokes made about it. People want it, but then others argue, was it even necessary? But now, I don't think there's any argument with that anymore. It is necessary at this stage if they're putting an end to Destiny 2. So, yeah, I feel like you're right. If they do an exploration, draw from the lore, do a time jump, it could work. Yeah, and then we'll keep some characters, like some legacy characters, and then there might even be, like, I don't know, not everyone made it to Destiny 3 for whatever reasons, because I imagine, like, we'll see someone cross over, like, maybe, like, Aura Ray, you know, just things like that. Like, there'll be something that, like, connects to Destiny 2 in some way. It's like, there's so many, like, directions they could go. Is it necessary? Is it going to work? Is it going to bring the money that they were hoping Marathon would bring? Because at the moment, they've made all this investment, they've bought into this company, and they have had no money back from it. It's just been losses at this stage, like, just tanking. So I imagine that someone in PlayStation's exec office is, like, pissed off. But then there must be other people that are trying to think, well, look, this is a very unique studio. They made Halo. They made the original Marathon. Their engine is, like, so innovative within the FPS space. I believe that there's, like, no other studio that can recreate the feeling that a Bungie shooter does. And if you've played Marathon, this is what I mean. Like, I have, like, a love-hate for Marathon because I love it, and obviously I get really, really angry at the game. But you can't deny that the shooting in that game is fucking unbelievable. Like, it feels so good killing a player in that game. And when I play Destiny PvP, I wouldn't play it a lot, but it'd be very, very easy to get sucked into it and, like, sort of get hooked on it a little bit. Because it is very, very, like, it's got, like, a rhythm to it. You just don't get in, like, Call of Duty or anything else. So they have to surely figure out a way to capitalize on that potential without, like, just looking like dicks all the time.
And you would now have a clean slate to do it right, with every lesson that has been learned over this decade and some change, however long it's been now, 12 years, you could really nail it this time. Well, hopefully, I don't know. That might be hopium speaking there. But actually making a Destiny 3 to me just feels like the natural next step for Bungie. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, just wanted to yap about it a bit. That's it. Yep.
Bye-bye, Charlie. Wonder if anyone else has made any videos on it. Oh, Datto! Oh my god.